I finally redeemed myself, y'all. Like, if you guys remember the video that I put out about Black Panther and how I failed on this pattern, I redeemed myself. So if you want to hear how I redeemed myself, please continue to watch. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rochelle from Rochelle.Handmade.Designs, and in this video I am going to be telling you guys how I redeemed myself to Simplicity 8177, which is the Mimi G pattern that, if you remember back in November, I was like, yo, I failed at these pants. So this is all about how I redeem myself as well. Now, if you are new to the channel, welcome. Hello, ciao, guten tag, aloha, hola, konnichiwa, wagwan, sambanani, solom, bonjour. If you are returning, you know what to do. Go get you a quick snack, something to drink. Come on back so we could get into this pattern review. And then, you know what? I'm going to tell you how I redeem myself. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into it. But first, I want to shout out Joey from So Joey. This is a collaboration with So Joey. We decided to do a 90s sitcom, and this one is Sister Sister. So I am doing Tamara, and she is doing Tia Mowry from Sister Sister. It is a 90s sitcom. Back in the days, I watched it every Wednesday after children choir rehearsal. So listen, I was super excited. It is so many looks that I could have done, and I tried to narrow it down to one, but I knew I wanted to make some pants, and I knew I wanted to do Simplicity 8177. So that's why I chose the photos that I'm going to show you on what I created. All right, so it was so many looks, and I will get into that here shortly on some of the looks I could have chose, but I tried to do something that I could put in my wardrobe that I need now versus later. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. The pattern that I use is Simplicity 8177, Mimi G's pattern. And like, you guys know what this pattern is. It is a duster, a pair of pants, and a top. All right, so view A is the top, view B is the pants, and then views, I think it's D and E. I'm gonna put it up. All right. So view A is the long sleeve, view B is the short sleeve for the pants, and then view C is what I did, which is the pants. Let me rephrase that. I'm just completely messing up. I do apologize. View A is the long sleeve top, view B is the short sleeve top, then view C are your pants, view D is your duster or vest, and then view E is also a duster vest. Now view D is the long sleeve vest, view E is the kind of like sleeveless option for the vest. All right, so I did view C, which are the pants, and that's what we're going to talk about today. All right, for this. So let's start off with the skill level. So the skill level for this pattern, I'm just going to say is average. It's not for a true beginner, even though Mimi G has a sew along for this pattern. It's a very good sew along, by the way. So I went with the sew along, but did not go with the sew along. And I'll explain that to you guys later on what I did differently. All right. Let's talk about notion shoes. So for the pants, you only need I think it's a 9-inch exposed zipper or all-purpose zipper. So for C, it says you need a 9-inch invisible zipper. If you're doing a fly front, you can't use an invisible zipper. So I just want to put a plug here. You will need a 9-inch all-purpose or 9-inch exposed zipper. It's the same term. Exposed and all-purpose is the same thing. Do not get an invisible zipper like it says on the back of the package, because you're not going to be able to get in and out of it. All right. So make sure you get that 9-inch all-purpose or 9-inch exposed zipper. All right, thank you later. All right, fabric used. So that's the only notion that you need. Let's talk about fabric used. So for this fabric, I used 100% Ankara fabric. The fabric is from House of Mami Wata. I showed this in one of my videos. I'll put it up, which video it was, that this fabric was in. I did not tell you what pattern I was going to use. Of course, I didn't tell you it was a collaboration. But I think for this fabric, It is very good for the pants, but I think I should have went ahead and made that duster to go along with it, because the pants by itself, in my opinion, was a little different than what I'm used to. I don't know if it's because it's a busy fabric, which I do love the busy fabric, but I don't think that the pants work with the top as much as I would like. I love the photos, but I think maybe if I did like a darker color shirt and with the pants, I don't know, but I'm gonna work this outfit a different way and see if I like it better that way. Chime off below and tell me what you think I should do with the styling of this outfit. All right, I'm not mad at y'all. All right, just give me your honest opinion. It's okay. All right, let's talk about pattern pieces. So for this pattern, I believe it's six or seven pattern pieces. So I'm going to tell you which pattern pieces you need. You need pattern piece number 6 through 12. So you will need your pant front, your pant back, your yoke front, yoke back, your fly, your underlap, and carriers. If you decide on carriers, I did carriers just in case I decide to wear a belt with these pants. All right. Moving over to pattern sizing. So for this pattern, it comes in 2 pattern envelopes. The first envelope is 10 to 18, and the second one is 20W to 28W. So the size that I cut was the Mrs. sizes, size 18, but I did have to do some modifications. If you remember back in the Black Panther, I said that the yoke piece was a little too tight for size 18, and I had to enlarge it. So I did make that adjustment. Speaking of modifications, all right, let's get into modifications. Speaking of modifications, I did make a couple of modifications. So first thing I did was enlarge the yoke piece. Now, I enlarged it a little too much because there is a little gap. Not anymore, but there was a little gap, a little bit of gaping going on in the back. So I did have to take it out on the back seams, the side seams, I'm sorry, by pretty much 1/4 of an inch on each side, which is a 1/2 inch, and it made it fine. So what I did was I enlarged the side seam by 1/4 of an inch on all the way around, which means that I enlarged it by 1 inch on the yoke piece. However, because I needed to take a 1/2 inch out, 1/4 of an inch on each side, it was kind of like useless to add it. But to each his own. I lived and learned. But it was weird because maybe I gained weight back then in November and then lost weight because I did lose some weight. So I didn't have to make any adjustments. But what I should have done is tried on the pants that I made for Black Panther movie to see if they fit, to see if I needed to make any adjustments. In my mind, I did write on the pattern from the last time I did the pattern review that I needed to make an adjustment. So I did that just to remove it. It was weird, but it worked out perfectly. All right. Let's talk. The other modification I did was to the hips. I did enlarge the hips because I want it to be not tight in the butt area. So I did enlarge the hips by 2 inches all the way around. All right. So I did do that. Other than that, I didn't make any other modifications. So basically, if you're wondering how did you extend it by 2 inches all the way around, I just add a 1/2 inch to the front, at the hips for the front of the pants and the back of the pants. And you know, when you multiply a 1/2 by 4, because it's 2 fronts, 2 back, it's 2 inches. All right. So that's what I did. Let's talk about, did it look like the photos or the drawings on the pattern envelope? It does. But if you remember, it looked like the photos in the drawing when I did these back in November during the Black Panther movie. It looked like the photos in the drawing. The only difference was it was too small in the yoke piece, which is the waist. So that's why I wanted to redeem myself, and I did, y'all. And to be honest, I love the pants. I just feel like the styling could have been better, in my opinion. That's it. Like, I love the pants. I will wear these pants in the house, outside the house, on vacation, you name it. I'm actually wearing these to work today. I'm getting ready to head out here shortly. All right. Are the instructions easy to follow? Yes, they are. However, I will say that something that can trip you up, it's in the instructions and on her sew along. So it's a portion where you flip the fly backwards, you know, basically right sides together, sew it on, and then you will attach your facing piece on top of that. Well, when you first sew it together, you're gonna be like, this is not going to look right. But trust the process. I'm just gonna say that because when I first read the instructions and did it back in November, it didn't sound right to me. So I had to go to the sew along, Mimi G did, and then kind of process why would we fold a flap, and I'm sorry, not the flap, but the fly back onto itself, right sides together, then put the yoke piece, which is the yoke facing, on top of that and sew it down from top to bottom. But when you turn it all right side out, you know, clip your corners, turn it right side out, the fly is finished and your yoke is finished. That's why you do that, all right? I didn't understand it at first, but it works perfectly. Now, I do want to mention like the fly. So from the tutorial and the instructions, I did not do my fly the same way that Mimi G installed. I did it completely different because when I did it back in November for Black Panther, the fly, it worked out, but you could still see the zipper, and it's supposed to be kind of like a hidden zipper and kind of fold onto itself, and it did not do that. So I did it a different way, and it still worked out perfectly for these pants. All right. Let's talk about likes and dislikes. I don't have any dislikes whatsoever. I love this pattern, and you guys know I'm going to be doing them again. If you've been following my Ankara fabric stash, I did mention that these will be sewn again. All right. And another Ankara fabric that I have, but I did the duster first and just haven't gotten around to the pants yet. So I will be sewing those pants as well. And I did not give you a pattern review for the dusters, but I'll give you that at a different time as well when I sew the pants. All right. Let's talk about first time experience. I don't have any first time experience because I have done this pattern before. So no first time experiences there. Would I sew this pattern again? Absolutely. I would sew these pants tons of times because I do like a slim fitted wide leg pants. That's just my vibe. All right. Would I recommend this pattern to others? Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. I want to put this plug here because I know I get a lot of comments on pants. Pants they are not hard if you trust the process. I would always say, get you some muslin, try them. You know what I'm saying? Like, to get you out of that beginner stage, you have to try a little harder pattern, you know, harder that just a little bit more than what you are comfortable with to kind of get you from beginner to intermediate to advanced. Now, I want to tell you this, I have screwed up a lot of fabric in my time. All right. And I still screw up now, but I trust the process. I trust myself to make those mistakes, because once she makes those mistakes, you can write it down on the mistakes that you have made. Come back and redo it and it will come out flawless. All I'm saying is don't be scared to trust the process. Everything is a process. Just trust yourself and trust the process. All right. I'm not going to preach to you guys, but let's get back into it. My pattern rating. So for this pattern, I'm going to rate this pattern a 5 out of 5. Now, if you remember from my last video, I rated it a 4 out of 5. All right. But this one, I'm rating a 5 out of 5. The fit is spot on. The pants are spot on. I love the pants. Just the styling, I'm going to do something different. All right. Well, that's it for this pattern review. I hope you enjoyed. And since you made it this far, do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe button. Also, smash that notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. Also, do not forget to go over to Joey from Joey's channel so you can see her creation of Tia Mowry from Sister. It was great to do this collaboration with her. This is the very first time that I have done a collaboration with Joey from Joey. She is in the UK, so I kind of want to get more people that, you know, are in the UK to do collaborations as the US-UK collaboration as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, keep sewing.
Where's Da Vinci?
They picking sides, they crossing the line. I stick to the truth, I'm one of a kind. Gave it to God and follow his signs. Now all of a sudden I'm stuck in my prime. I'm wishing them well, I threw them a dime. They stuck in the shell, they drowning with time. You see the game, we still undefined. If they coming at us, they better rewind. Yeah, walking around with drip on me, gotta make sure I don't fall. I got kids that's looking up to me, gotta watch the way I talk. When they talking all that fakery, I just don't get involved. Got them praying on my downfall, but they still gon' sing my song. They doing the same thing, they copy and pasting. Whole lot of hate, I see what you want, you don't gotta fake it. I'm feeling like Peyton, I'm about to go apes. Yeah, what are the odds? I heard you a fraud, I need some explaining. Look, my circle is tighter than ever. My chick, she bad and she better. I promise her that I won't let her. I'm in the kitchen, I'm back and I'm better, huh? Maybe a little more clever. Put my faith on display like a header. When I'm stopping, the answer is never. They picking sides, they crossing the line. I stick to the truth, I'm one of a kind. Gave it to God and follow his signs. Now all of a sudden I'm stuck in my prime. I'm wishing them well, I threw them a dime. They stuck in the shell, they drowning with time. You see the game, we still undefined. If they coming at us, they better rewind. I feel like LaMelo, I'm young in the league, but I'ma still put her the numbers. We just hit a milli, that's crazy to me.